Hey, it's Stacy here again with a quick Photoshop tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about perspective warp. As you might know, I am mostly a newborn photographer, and every now and then our sets get a little warped from just the camera warping or our angle because we like to shoot from a higher angle. And we like a little bit of distortion of the body, but sometimes that messes up our set. So I'm going to share my screen now and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So here we have a beautiful set, beautiful baby. Love everything about it except for those vertical lines on the floor that are driving me crazy. So we're going to work on that. First thing you want to do is hit Control J or make a new layer. And then we're going to come up here to Edit Perspective Warp. And you're going to get this little logo there beside the plus. You're just going to drag a rectangle around your whole picture. You'll have blue lines till you hit enter. Once you hit enter, all of that will turn white to show you that you're ready to start warping your image. Now, I'm going to drag the bottom corners first and try to make those lines vertical. So drag over this way and then this way. Maybe push in a little bit from over here. And you just drag it until you think it looks about right. And that looks pretty even to me. And then you would hit enter. Okay, so here is before and here is after. Now, there are cases where when you use perspective warp, it also warps your subject. You don't want any warping of faces, or in some cases, it may warp like a chair or bed, the heart basket or bowl in this case. So just you have to use your own judgment if you think it affected your subject enough to make it worth fixing. So I actually think it looks just fine like that, so I'm going to leave it. But if you decided that you want the original subject, the face, everything like that, back to where it was. All you need to do is create a mask layer. So hit the rectangle with the circle, make sure you're on a black paintbrush, and then you can start erasing off the warping that you did to get back that original face or the original subject that you had. Now, in my case, it's going to be easy to do because I've got this pink knotted blanket behind. So it's easy to blend it back in. If you had a sharp edge or, different things in the background that would look funny when you erased it off, that might be a little trickier to do. But in this case, it's going to be pretty easy for me to blend. So I'm just going to go around the edges here. And it's going to be pretty easy for me to bring that back. And I can always go back in and add more if I need to. It's a nice thing about mask layers. If you mess up, you just paint it back in. We're going to try to erase all this off, trying to get back to the original picture. You could also, on the original background layer, select subject and just put them on their own layer. So that's a quick, easy way to do it too. I actually didn't mind how she looked once I warped it. So I probably would not erase all this off, but I'm just doing it in case you need to do that. So now we've got before and after. And I actually think she kind of looks a little more cut out since I've done that. So I probably would not. I would probably leave her as she was. So I'll put that back on and you can judge for yourself which looks more realistic. I do think she looks more centered here. So I will probably leave it just like that. All right, I hope that helps and that you are now able to use perspective warp and you find it handy at times of editing. Bye, thanks everybody.